Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the $1 billion league and this is the IPL 2025 playoff showdown alert. Mumbai clashes with Punjab in a high-stakes qualifier 2 battle. Who will join Bengaluru in the grand finale? Can Shreyas Iyer's Punjab pull off a stunning comeback after their collapse, or will Mumbai's ruthless surge continue? While on one hand, we have Mumbai juggernaut. Like I said, Mumbai are in familiar territory. They have been here before. They have done it again and again. And this is not something that is new for the men in blue. They have Surya, they have Rohit, they have Bairstow, all of them in complete form. There is Bumrah and Bolt up top. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is quite a dangerous combination. Punjab, on the other hand, Priyansh Arya is probably the find for Punjab this season. Then there you have Prabsimran Singh, who has come into his own in this particular tournament. Arshdeep Singh, he has been the go-to man, while Yuzvendra Chahal, he has had a quiet season, but you never know with Yuzi. There is always a threat when it comes to big matches. There are many one-on-one contests, and we'll talk about all of that. Joining me in the studio is Nikhil Chopra, former Indian cricketer. What a pleasure to have you, sir, in the studio. And
thank you so much. Don't call me sir, call me Nikhil, man.
Nikhil Bhai, then Nikhil Bhai it is. Yeah. So Nikhil Bhai, welcome to NDTV. And you know, we do this right at the very end. We take predictions. Which is the team that you're rooting for? Which is the team that you think is going to make it to the final?
Well, put it this way, you know, the heart says Punjab.
Okay.
But the head says Mumbai because of the legacy, the pressure, the preparations, you know, the processes in place. That's what I'm saying. And Punjab also probably one of those sides that has the most number of uncapped players.
Yeah.
It's all about heart. And what a turnaround that Ricky Ponting has been able to get some of the youngsters to go out there and play some fearless brand of cricket. Incredible season they've had so far.
And in fact, we were having this conversation back there. Ricky Ponting, you said that Ricky Ponting probably, you know, this is his team. He has managed to get the best out of the uncapped players and made them play like
the Australian way.
The Australian way. Yeah.
Yeah, fearless cricket. And he was with the Delhi side last year round. I personally feel when you give somebody like a Ricky Ponting the youngsters, he can mold them the way he wants them to go out there and play the brand of cricket where Ricky Ponting has gone out there and being so successful playing that brand of cricket. When you have experienced campaigners, they've got set. You know, that formulas are set in place. It's very hard for senior players to change their way of playing. And you look at Prabsimran, you look at Priyansh Arya, you look at every single Punjab batsman, the fear is not in their eyes at all. They say, well, if it's my day, if I get 20-25 a start, I'm going to convert that start and I'm going to make a contribution to make sure that my side wins. 7 times they've got past 200 this season, Punjab, and that just goes to show.
That's an incredible record. Speaking about Priyansh Arya, you mentioned that name, and you know, he probably, and like I said right at the very beginning, Priyansh Arya probably is the find for Punjab this season.
Without a doubt. And you know, how things change for any youngster. One innings last year at the Delhi Premier League when he hit 6 sixes, Yuvraj Singh sent him a congratulations message and played out. He got bought in the IPL by Punjab for 3 crores. Got that belief. He was always an outstanding cricketer. But once you're bought in the auction, all of a sudden you say, well, I belong here. Once you get that feeling of belonging on that sort of stage, you're batting saying, I want to go out there and win games. So that fear factor goes out. And then, of course, you had Ricky Ponting. Had Virendra Sehwag been also coaching Priyansh Arya, he would have been telling them the same thing. Play the delivery, not the bowler. And that's exactly what Priyansh Arya is doing.
In fact, when you talk about both the teams here, and both the teams have had very different trajectory when it comes to reaching the knockout stage. Mumbai, they had a very dismal start. And
when have they not?
When have they not? When have they not? And it is quite funny because a lot of people, they would probably, looking at other teams, they would say, look, this is probably not your season. This is probably get ready for another season. But this is not the case with Mumbai. They always manage to bounce back and look where they are. And they're probably looking like the favourites to reach the final at this point.
Without a doubt. And, you know, if they get their foot in the door to make it to the final, then it'll be really tough for RCB to go out there and beat the Mumbai side as well. But still, they've got a game tonight. You look at the number of match winners that they've got. You talk about fear. they actually put fear in the eyes of the opposition because of the kind of ability that they have. Rohit gets a start. At the pace that he gets the runs, he puts the team always in a commanding position. Previous game as well, they got 84 in just that power play as well. They were on set to get more than 200 runs. And with that sort of bowling lineup, you have a look at the Mumbai side. You got Trent Bolt, you got Jasprit Bumrah, match winners in their own right, Tilak, and of course, Sky, our very own Mr. 360. So you look at the number of match winners out of the 11, 2 from the batting unit, 2 from the bowling unit, they'll take the game away.
Before we go to Atul Bhai, who's joining us at this moment, very quickly want to understand from you, if you are Priyansh Arya, if you are Prabsimran Singh, what is going in your mind when you look at somebody like a Trent Bolt or a Jasprit Bumrah, at the end of the pitch?
Easier said than done. If I was sitting in that dugout today, or even last night, or during breakfast this morning, I would have spoken to Priyansh Arya as well as Prabsimran Singh. Don't look at the bowler. Play the delivery. You have earned your right to be here. You very well can go out there and win a game for Punjab. Don't look to overdo things. Yeah. If you can keep your mind blank in terms of see ball, hit ball, perfect situation. But don't be afraid. You have earned your right to be here.
Yeah. And this is something that I wanted to point out. Priyansh Arya in 15 matches has hit 431 runs, strike rate 182.6. But on the other hand, you have Jasprit Bumrah. Yeah. He's only played 11 matches, managed to get 18 wickets, and look at the economy there, 6.36.
So now let's just get into strategy from the team perspective and the dugout. Yeah. So if I was Ricky Ponting or Shreyas Iyer, we'd say, well, Jasprit Bumrah will probably bowl 1 over in the power play. If you don't get anything in your zone, don't try and take that risk. After 6 deliveries, there's going to be a bowling change. Wait for that bowling change to happen. You would have faced 6 balls. You would have seen the pace and the bounce off the surface as well. Those 6 that you've missed, even 6 dot balls, you're just 1 hit away from getting and converting that 6 dot balls as well. Don't throw your wicket. Because the side that plays the power play well tonight as well in this 120 ball format will always be a step ahead of the opposition.
Again, like you mentioned earlier, very easier said than done. Especially against somebody like Jasprit Bumrah right now.
Yeah, without doubt. See, Jasprit Bumrah is an experienced campaigner. He knows the plans would have been set for Priyansh Arya, the lines and the lengths. Why is Jasprit Bumrah a threat in the world of cricket? I'm not talking about IPL, in the world of cricket, because when there's a plan that's made, somebody who executes his plans beautifully, that's Jasprit Bumrah.
In fact, Atul Bhai also wants to join in this conversation.
He's a fast bowler, he has to.
He's a fast bowler, he definitely has something to say. Atul Bhai, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. I was enjoying your program. If you want me to join, I didn't want to join. I wanted you to want me to join.
We want to enjoy with you. You have to be part.
नहीं पर अब सब कुछ निखिल ने बताया. What Nikhil has said everything, but I think, but he's right. Whatever we agree, we conquer because we have played cricket and we have been there and done it. And I know how hard it is for a batsman to get on top of somebody, Bumrah. So I think we have to play the numbers. This is a time of big data. And all the analysts are crunching numbers. And it makes sense. You just in the microcosm of it, if you see, if Bumrah goes for 6 and a half runs, less than 6.5 runs per over, that means that on an average 10.5, 11 runs per over, which is the crux of the game these days, you are missing out on 5 runs every over. When Bumrah bowls. If you don't give him wicket and that power course, then you have to actually have 4 overs of 15 or 16 in a match. And that pressure is on top of what you have to do to the other bowlers. So I think he creates that bubble where people play out of the skins. They play percentage shots. And he actually not only the 18 wickets he's got this season. How many wickets he's instigated from the other end. That is his presence in the field. So I think if we overemphasize this, then, he's a genius player. Once in a while, we get players that in this age, when bowlers are treated like riffraff. I mean, he's holding the flag high for the bowlers, which I feel very nice. But he's a free bowler. What do you do? But the batsmen still have to get the runs. And this is a big game. I mean, Punjab has got the guts to be playing 6 uncapped players every game. And that shows that, they have relied on people with form. They have relied on spunk of the young kids to take the big teams on. And today they have to rely. They don't have to change the process. So I think Shreyas Iyer has done well. That was a wonderful test delivery that Hazelwood got him out. That's why the implosion happened. But it can't happen again. And because Punjab is too good a team to have it. But they have to bring to the table Jaswinder Chahal. So we have talked about Bumrah, but Chahal is a guy who has been holding the flag up for spin bowlers, because we thought when T20 started, you can ask Nikhil, if, early days was spinners' career is over. T20 has come, spinners will not have a role at all. But now, without a leg spinner, you can't even imagine to think IPL cricket.
When I was playing for Delhi, and Atul Bhai used to be a senior of ours, and he used to say, just go out there and bowl fearlessly. I said, why? He says, just think the runs belong to the board, and every wicket that you take, that goes into your kitty. You know that?
That is a great advice, Atul Bhai. That is a great advice. I'm probably thinking that this is something that needs to be told to all the spinners who are playing in this tournament.
You look at Punjab, the fearless cricket, Atul Bhai, you won't see Punjab half measures.
Yeah,
it's either all there or not. That's why they've got more than they've got 200 runs more than 7 times, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Or they'll get bowled out for 105, 110. They only know one way of going out there.
Nikhil, this is a problem also, because Punjabis, we are when we are happy, we're very happy. When we are sad, we're very sad. That is why we have not won so far.
There's no half measure.
There are
when you
no
enjoy, then you enjoy.
There are no half measures. But Atul Bhai, I also want to get your thoughts on the pitch and how do you think it is going to play out? Because what we saw in the new Chandigarh pitch, it was quite different from all the pitches that the teams have played. What do you think is going to be the approach for both the teams at
when we talk about Ahmedabad and the pitch now, I get this deja vu, bad memories come floating in when we lost the World Cup, So because, but that was a big blunder Indian team made by making that kind of pitch for the World Cup finals. But now we have seen in T20 cricket, it is much standardization happening now. The template is set. Nobody wants to see a poor wicket. And Ahmedabad is such a fantastic cricket center that the wicket will not deteriorate in 20 overs. And I know, and that matches in the evening, it won't be damp or moist. There's no much threat of dew. So I think 200 run is par for the course, because out of 14 matches, we have seen 9 innings of 200 plus in this round already. So we have to say that. So avoid the implosion that happened, because if your plan A is not working, move to plan B, but keep in the battle. Take the game deep. That is my and somebody, when you're playing against Mumbai, who have got this winning culture, even they've got new players coming in. But the culture as such is that they join in the bandwagon where the feeling is that we have done it before, we have won it before, we'll win it again. But that feeling is missing in Punjab, because they've been the bridesmaid, but they've never been the bride.
Atul Bhai mentioned something about a plan B. Do you think Punjab has a plan B?
Yeah, I mean, some of the senior players then need to raise their hand and say, well, if you've lost a wicket or two in the power play, then you've got to just wait for that bowling change and try and build a small little partnership and then see if the bowling changes, and then you have to try and as a batsman see where are my risk-free boundaries coming from to try and get back into the game. Because if you lose 2 wickets or somewhere in the power play, then what happens is then you're always way too far behind in setting up the total batting first or even that run chase as well. So one of your guys, whether it's a Prab or a Priyansh Arya, whoever's batting well, finding the middle of the bat with great amount of ease, it's his day. Second, just try and push the ball in the gaps and then just spend some time out there on the wicket, and things will fall in place. I think that to me is got to be plan B. You can't be thinking, well, Jasprit Bumrah, no, let's not worry about it. Let's just try and hit him for a couple of boundaries. You lose 2-3 wickets, then you're out of the 2025.
Absolutely. And the fact is that it's not just Jasprit Bumrah. You have somebody like a Trent Bolt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The follow-up bowlers for Mumbai, that's why we say, Atul Bhai speaks about the culture. We speak about the processes of the Mumbai Indians side. It's the think tank, it's the company. It makes all the difference.
True.
Because cricket has always been a game of partnerships.
Is the win bonus also?
Batting partnerships.
Yes, Atul Bhai, you were saying something.
Is the lure of the win bonus?
Yeah.
says the fast bowler himself.
I don't know for any other side in the IPL, or maybe Lucknow have started now. Mumbai Indians is the only side in the IPL that have got nets running literally right through the year.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is a good point because Nikhil is saying what is to be mentioned here. Ambani's, the owners of Mumbai Indians, the way they have made the ecosystem, that they have taken teams around the world. They've got this top talent from the world coming in as experts in various facets, and they've got scouts going on. That's their culture is such that cricket is like an umbrella system of year-round cricket, and I think what happens on the ground on a given day happens, but suddenly that culture, then players also feel belonging to the team. They feel that they're part, and they will give their arm and a leg to do that, and I think that is very important. But I hope that happens. When I'm comparing, Nikhil and me have been at the helm of Delhi cricket, and I was just wondering, why are we Delhi? We are not going to win in Delhi, not Delhi in IPL, but Delhi State, because we've got like four. Priyansh Arya we've seen, Suyash we saw, Digvesh we saw, Ayush Vadoni is there. We've got 5-6 players who are excelling in IPL. And we should bring that kind of culture back into Delhi cricket. So we should start winning also.
Okay. Nikhil bhai, Atul bhai, one other battle that I really want to focus on is this. Rohit Sharma versus Arshdeep Singh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, incredible. I mean, we've all seen that old issues, if I may so-called say, with Rohit as the left arm. The left arm fast bowler. But listen, I tell you what, the hitman is an outstanding batsman, and the kind of form that he is in. If Arshdeep doesn't swing the ball early on, then that battle is only going one way towards Rohit as well. The difference is, had Marco Jansen been playing for the Punjab side with Arshdeep, then the pressure from both ends makes all the difference as well. They're going to miss, Punjab side is going to miss Marco Jansen, make no mistake about it. Yeah. But this young fast bowler Arshdeep has been outstanding. He, on his day, on his night, can also go out there and win games because he's one of those rare fast bowlers that can move the ball both ways to the right-hander, into the right-hander, and also take it away from the right-hander as well. And at the depth of the innings, he bowls those lethal Yorkers. But to answer your question, Rohit would like to go out there and put pressure up front on him. He's going to go after him.
Okay.
He's going to go after the youngster and to try and fluster him.
Okay. Atul bhai, very quickly, what do you make of this battle?
Yeah, Nikhil is right, but Rohit is a different kettle of fish. Sometimes these stories, the narratives are made which actually don't make sense, because you remember what happened in World Cup against Australia. Rohit took on Mitchell Stark, and in the first over, he hit him for that 6-over mid-wicket. So don't, be a Gama in the land of Lama. So Rohit se panga mat lo.
Panga mat lo is what Atul bhai is saying.
Yeah.
All right. I also want to talk about both the captains here. On one side, you have Shreyas Iyer. He has proven himself not just with one team, but last year also with Delhi. He made it to the final with the Delhi team. Is the only captain, who has managed to do that with 3 teams. Then on the other hand, you have Hardik Pandya, won the tournament in the very first year that he captained with GT, and now he's looking like that he's settling now in this particular team as a captain.
After last year,
especially.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. But with Shreyas, with the coach that he's got, Ricky Ponting, I think, and the entire Punjab side has given those decision-making capacity to Shreyas Iyer as well as Ricky Ponting. But on the other side, you got a process, you got a culture. With the Mumbai Indian side, Hardik Pandya, he's got a lot of people helping in. Of course, somebody who's won them 5 IPL trophies is also in that dugout, in the dressing room. So he's got a lot of help as well. So if that happens, if Hardik Pandya wins the game tonight, goes on to play the final as well. So what the think tank for Mumbai Indians thought last year, that after Rohit, who's going to take on the reins for the next 6-7 years, they'd be very happy with the decision that Hardik has got that team to the final as well.
That is true. Atul bhai, your take on this Hardik Pandya versus Shreyas Iyer as captains?
Yeah, it was not very smooth. It was a dirty divorce when it happened. But hats off to Rohit that the way kind of support and the kind of the kind of maturity he showed in this. He might have been miffed by the decision, but as I said, too much thought must have gone into this. And Nikhil is right that they knew that you have to actually pass on the baton and transfer the legacy for the team to move forward. There was an auction coming up in a couple of years, so I think Hardik Pandya was the right choice. He's a Mumbaiker. Mumbai, he's played all his cricket there. So I think that connect also gets the fan base together. And I think when you've got a big guy stature like Rohit Sharma, Rohit actually just played the game. It was just the fans which actually took it badly and took it out on Hardik Pandya. I felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
But he has come out smelling like roses, and the rest is history.
Absolutely. And in fact, the toss is going to take place in just a short while from now. We'll have to wait and watch what happens there and who bats first, because that is also going to come into the factor. Hardik Pandya, he's going to go after Shreyas Iyer in this particular match. Well, this is one battle that we are all looking forward to. And in fact, the Mumbai versus Punjab battle is something that we are really, really looking forward to. We'll have to wait and watch what transpires in this particular match. We all hope that it's not the repeat of what Punjab versus RCB was, because we want to watch a good cricket match, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, you'd want 200 runs being scored and hopefully chased down or defended. 20th over, last delivery. That's what you want. You know,
right.
we want
excitement,
without a doubt.
and a lot of
Maybe
excitement.
a tie match. Maybe a super over.
All right. So excitement, and a lot of excitement. That is what we are hoping for, and that is what we are waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the $1 Billion League.